Well, I think it can be quite difficult working obviously in isolation. If you're working with other people, then they can introduce you to other people, so that's a good networking opportunity. They may have had experience with certain galleries or exhibition opportunities that you don't know of, and it may suit your work, so they can direct you that way. If you're working on a project together and they like the quality of your artwork and you've done well on the project, then they can recommend you to other people. So I think it broadens your horizons generally and opens up a lot more opportunity. I know that from my experience through the learning at Kettle's Yard, that if I was to put on workshops, then I know how to go about that, and also if I was to put on an installation, I know how to go about actually doing that. So I've learnt an awful lot creatively that I didn't know before. I think it was brilliant that, because when I attended the opening night, the private view, basically I was able to talk about the installation and the ideas behind it, and the creation of it and the meaning of it, and I met a large number of people there, which gave me opportunities to obviously network. I think that it opened up the opportunity for the future in terms of that was my first installation, and I think that obviously having done that, then I can approach galleries and think about doing an installation again, and I really enjoyed the experience. So I think it will in the future really open up other opportunities for me. I think you pick up different techniques from other artists. You bounce creative ideas off each other, and you feel part of that artistic community if you're working on a project together, for instance. I think creating something collaboratively, you're using different skills from a range of different artists and bringing them together into one piece. And the piece of artwork itself reflects all of the different techniques and all of the artists. I think you work in a very different way to produce a piece of art than you would if you were just doing it by yourself. And there are lots of factors to consider. And you're considering your own work, you're not just considering your own work within the whole. It's not about what just you produce, but it's about what you produce together, and you work with what everyone else is producing alongside that. I think if you're working, for instance, on a project together, then I think you need a clear plan of what each person is going to be doing from the start, and sticking with it and respecting each other's parts in that project, allowing people and trusting people to just create what they need to, and then maybe coming back at the end of it and bringing it together and seeing if anything actually needs to change with that. When I was at university, I came up with this idea that I'd love to see happen actually one day, and that is to translate a piece of music into art.
Okay.
So into a painting. So in my head there would be somebody playing the grand piano, and you would have a massive canvas set up at the, I don't know whether I should say too much in case someone steals this idea. And you have a massive canvas set up at the back of the piano, and when that person plays a chord C, D, A or G or whatever they're playing, it translates to a colour. And that colour, you've got pumps attached to the notes that you press on the piano, and there are tubes that then feed into paint, which then spurts out the other end onto the canvas. So if you're playing like a classical piece such as Beethoven, you end up with a painting at the end of it. So that would kind of be one of my dream arts projects. And I think the other thing is something I've done already, which is go to Kenya and work with street children in the village and creating a piece of artwork. I would love to do that again and again. So really, I've kind of done my dream arts project in that sense. But I'd love to do that again.
More artistic collaboration then?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Ruth.
Okay, thank you.